morning, besties. Long time no Life Unfiltered vlog. The last couple of vlogs I've pretty much been on the go. For most of them are traveling, and this one I'm obviously back home, back in my elements. I'm so excited to vlog for you guys today. I don't know if you caught the tiny little glimpse, it's a work in progress, but our house looks pretty dang different. We've been working on some home projects. I do want to wait until it's completely finished before I show you guys. Today's vlog is going to be a little bit different because I'm simultaneously also going to share with you the 5 biggest life lessons that I have learned in my 20s. I'm about to turn 28 next month in December, and I thought what better way to recap some of the things that I've learned to maybe save you some time and energy, or maybe you can relate to some of the things that I learned. To me, it really feels like your 20s are a defining decade. So many different life transitions are happening during this time. You probably finished up school, maybe got your first job. So many people end up going back to school, fall in love, and then fall out of love. Ran a marathon. I never ended up being able to run a full one, but I did run a half marathon. But one thing's for sure, I can confidently say that each one of these years in my 20s, I have changed and grown so much. And with a little bit of contour. It is currently 2 p.m., but we need to get ready for the day. I was stuck in a meeting from 10:30 to 2:30, so we're just now starting our day. Anyways, I have narrowed it down to 5 lessons that I wish that I could tell my younger self. Number 1 is that you should always be yourself and proud to be yourself. I know that sounds really simple, but it's a lot more complicated than you think. I myself am a people pleaser, and what that means is that I'm constantly shifting the version of me that I think that other people will like best. This made me feel like a lot of my friendships were kind of superficial because they never really knew the true or full me. And honestly, it started to feel really exhausting. In my early 20s, I was too scared to tell people what I actually liked and didn't like, and now I'm so honest about it. You guys are gonna laugh at me, but let me just give you guys an example. So I don't drink coffee. So many times people will invite me to go get a coffee, and I will just sit there and sip something that I don't even like to drink. Still can't believe that younger me paid money to drink something I didn't even enjoy. Now when someone invites me to coffee, what I tell them is, I don't drink coffee, but I do like matcha. Maybe we can find a coffee shop that has both. It's been a huge weight lifted off my chest ever since I've just been me. Here is the final finished look. I just put my hair up in a little half up, half down situation. I feel like it looks pretty good. Next up, time for a matcha latte. So for that, we're gonna need some milk, a matcha bowl. I like to use one of these to scoop up the matcha, as well as a sifter so that you have fine matcha going through. And then of course you need matcha powder. I got most of mine while I was traveling in Japan. And guess what our next lesson is? It's actually that you will not be everybody's cup of tea. Oh, I'm literally about to run out of this, so I'm just gonna dump the rest of this entire tin. I'm trying to get every last bit because matcha is expensive. Somebody once told me that if you are appealing to everybody, then you are appealing to nobody. Got all the matcha in there. Now, I prefer to cold whisk my matcha, so we're gonna pour the milk directly in there. No matter who you are, how awesome you are, how kind of human being you are, someone will always have something to say, and that's okay. I want you to think of the most well-known luxury brand that you know. There will always be someone saying that it's ugly, or it's not worth the money, or whatever they want to say. And on the flip side, they probably also have a customer base that's so loyal that they'll buy anything that they release. Do you think that that brand is worrying about the people who aren't buying their products? No, because they're focused on their actual consumers. And honestly, same thing with you. You're a prize, you're a star. Do not let the noise hurt your confidence. By the way, Lily update. You guys haven't seen her in a while, but she recently turned 1 year old. Make sure you wish Lily happy birthday in the comments. I'm gonna read every single happy birthday you guys comment down below to her, so make sure you send her a message. And if you have a cat, let me know what your cat's name is. Look how much she has grown and matured. Lesson number 3 is that you should get both a cat and a dog because it'll drastically change the quality of your life. I'm just kidding, that is not lesson number 3. Lesson number 3 is actually that the best investment is an investment in yourself. Do you ever find yourself thinking, oh, $50 for a meal isn't bad, but then when you have to spend $20 on a Pilates class, you're like, wait, that's too much. That's me in a nutshell. I realized that my benchmark for what's too expensive really made no sense whatsoever. In my 20s, I realized that any investment in yourself, in your health, your peace, your energy, education, all of that will come back to you 10 times over. That means that when it comes to expenses like a gym membership or paying for groceries, those expenses are really worthwhile. On the flip side, I really had to redistribute and reevaluate my budget for investing in myself, and then also spend less on materialistic things that I probably won't even use next year. When I graduated from college, I found myself really lost because I've always had a really structured routine for learning new things, and then suddenly I lost all of that. Education is is one of the best ways to keep your mind active, to open your worldly views, feel more confident and competent, and it's also the key to having better conversations. And in this day and age, you have access to so many resources online that regardless of hectic work schedules, where you live, we all have the opportunity to learn. I'm so excited to let you know that this portion of the video is sponsored by the University of Phoenix. While I personally didn't attend the University of Phoenix, I love that they make it possible to balance it all: work, family, and school. The university allows you to focus on just one 5 to 6 week course at a time while still finishing your degree on time. They have 17 opportunities a year to start your degree and the freedom to learn whenever you want with a 24/7 online classroom. And if you already have some college credits, the University of Phoenix will do the legwork to get your credits transferred. They will request your transcripts for you at no cost to you when it's possible, and they accept eligible credits from over 5,000 institutions. I often get messages from you guys saying like, oh, I would love to get into marketing or engineering, or I'd love to switch careers. Spend your 20s investing in yourself. I will leave a link down below so that you can learn more about the University of Phoenix. Future you will thank present you. Brief lunch intermission. Kevin is actually at a course right now. As part of the course, they end up getting free lunch, and his leftovers from yesterday are my lunch today. The best lunch is always the one that's quickest and easiest, and I will literally just eat whatever's in the fridge. Number 4, let's talk about love. Kevin and I actually got our engagement photos printed out, and these are really cool actually because they're photos that you can just hang up with magnets. You put a sticky side on the wall and then it's actually a magnet that'll just stick on. So I'm wanting to cover these outlets because obviously they don't look very cute. Look how cute these are. Here's the photo of me and Kevin. I've like never loved someone so much that I wanted to print out physical copies of me and the person. Here's a little bridal shoot that I did while I was in Singapore. You can see the cute little cargo ships in the back. And then here's another one. But let's talk about lesson number 4. Your life partner is probably the single most important decision that you will make in your life. Not to be dramatic, but whoever you end up deciding to spend the rest of your life with will deeply impact your happiness, health, and life trajectory. This is the person you're gonna spend the most amount of time with. I think most of us can relate to going through a gut-wrenching breakup in our 20s. And during those times, I literally thought that it wouldn't get better. In my early 20s, I really thought that I was losing the love of my life. I wish I could tell younger me that the love of my life would have never treated me that way. It shouldn't be like that. When it comes to love, I truly believe in starting from a very practical standpoint. You are allowed to expect a certain education or certain income from your partner. You're also allowed to prefer certain physical attributes. I feel we often make it so taboo to think about love in any other way other than from the heart, from a very emotional perspective, and I think that can actually low-key be a recipe for disaster. I personally wrote down everything that I was looking for, including non-negotiables, in my notes app, and I just kept searching until I found the right person. And obviously that's not to say, you know, sometimes you make a list and then as you get to know a person, the list kind of changes, and that's okay too. I'm lucky now because I truly feel like I found my one. Other than Lily and Lucky, of course. Kevin always makes me feel so loved. Never once has he made me feel like I've had to earn his love or that the love goes away when things get hard or difficult. And honestly, I had just never experienced a love like that before. I also want to be honest and tell you that just because he's the one doesn't mean that we don't have disagreements or arguments. Fundamentally, everyone is their own human being and you will have gone through different life experiences, which means that there will always be disagreements. And that's okay. I don't think you want to be 100% on the same page as someone all the time because then you only have one perspective. And finally, number 5, let's talk about redefining what success means to you. I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I thought that my success would be measured by 2 things. 1, how much money I made. 2, how much recognition I got. Do people know who I am? Did I win awards? I was constantly trying to distinguish myself from others. It's a very exhausting way to live because if you look at some of the wealthiest people on this earth, are they the happiest? Are they the most fulfilled? Not necessarily. I found myself often fighting for external validation or recognition that would never come, and it felt very defeating. And then I thought maybe success should be measured by how fulfilled you feel and how happy you are with your life. The Harvard Happiness Study, which started in 1938, is the longest study on human happiness and well-being. And they try to figure out the factors that have the biggest impact on health, happiness, and longevity, aka how long you live. What they found is that the happiness was not correlated with the amount of money you had in the bank, but rather the quality of your relationships. Positive relationships with friends, family, and community are crucial to your long-term happiness and health. This news truly shocked me into realizing that if my long-term goal is to be happy and fulfilled, instead of drowning myself in work and prioritizing that over everything, I should be focusing on the people that I love. There are so many birthdays, birthdays, events, milestones that I previously missed so that I could make time for work. And now in my late 20s, I'm a lot better about prioritizing what's actually important to me. If you're wondering what that scurrying sound the entire video was, it was Lily playing with her springs. You like springs, Lily? You tired from playing the springs? These are her favorite toys, and they're like $2 off of Amazon for a pack of 20, but she gets so excited. Ready? 1, 2, 3! She's so exhausted from chasing this thing all day. Have you had an exhausting day? Yes or no? Good, Lily. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little bit of a different pace than our usual vlogs. I'm actually thinking about revamping the entire vlog series and kind of making sure that there is a big topic or theme. I also feel like the Life Unfiltered series has been a long time. It's been many years now, and I'm considering renaming the series to something like Life Together, a series that really just focuses on me and Kevin. What's really exciting is that in about a year and a half, he's gonna be an attending, and obviously life is gonna be very different. He might be moving somewhere new, he's gonna get a new job, and so I feel like we have about a year and a half left of this phase, and I really wanna make sure we document these really precious memories and kind of the tail end of my 20s. I would love your feedback. I would love to know what you think. If you have an idea for the title of the series, if you give me a good idea for the title of the series that I end up using, I will personally send you a little gift. Yeah, please drop your ideas down below. And thank you again to the University of Phoenix for sponsoring today's video. And if you're watching this during the holidays, happy early holidays. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!
Baby, can't you come with me? Can't you hold my hand and lead? 근데 있잖아 너라면 다를까 생각이 들어 해볼까 말까 내